My coworker mocked me for being a janitor. She didn't know I was the CEO. I've been the CEO of my company for almost a decade now. Every now and then, I like to help out in the mornings before all my employees come in. It clears my head, keeps me grounded, and reminds me what real work looks like. This one morning in particular, I went to one of our newest locations to introduce myself and decided to help the cleaning crew before my meeting because they were short-staffed. I put on the janitorial uniform and grabbed the cleaning cart and got to wiping down tables and taking out the recycling. I had just tied up a bag of trash when employees started rolling in. Most gave me polite nods. One didn't. A girl named Alyssa walked past me and crinkled her nose, loudly saying, "It stinks in here," while looking directly at me. I let it go, but she didn't. In the break room, she told her friend I was lurking like a creep and joked that I probably lived in a supply closet. Then, just loud enough for the whole room to hear, she said, "Imagine spending your life wiping up other people's messes because you peaked at a high school diploma." My meeting wasn't until after lunchtime, and Alyssa stuck to me like glue. At one point, she spilled coffee on the carpet and snapped her fingers at me to clean it. When I started to clean it, she said, "Make sure you get under the desk too. We don't want more roaches like you infesting our workplace." Then it was time for the meeting. I changed out of the uniform and wore my suit. When I walked in, Alyssa looked at me confused. I sat at the head of the table and introduced myself as the CEO. I looked directly at Alyssa, who was shrinking lower and lower into her chair, her face completely drained of color. After the meeting, I thanked the team for their hard work. Then I said, "One thing I like to do when I visit a branch is get a feel for the culture. You can learn a lot about a workplace before you ever sit down at a desk." That was all I needed to say. Alyssa came up after the meeting, tripping over herself to apologize, saying she didn't recognize me. I told her it wasn't about me. It was about how she treated people she assumed couldn't do anything about it. I followed up with her supervisor and HR. She wasn't fired. Instead, she got written up and was assigned to shadow our real janitorial team for the rest of the week. When I stopped by the next week, she greeted me with a nervous smile and held the door open and called me, "Sir." Funny how quickly respect shows up once people know who they're really dealing with.